Hello and welcome into the Daily Score. I'm Mark Grote, and today on the Daily Score, we are definitely talking about a Bulls win. Bulls 131, Atlanta 116 in the play-in game. Because they won, that means they will be at Miami on Friday to take on the Heat. I should tell you, we are live and on location here at the Avenue Ale House in Oak Park. Ray Diaz is here. I'm here, Mark Grote, for the Daily Score. And guess who I just watched the game with?
Beep, 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 beep.
It's Gabe Ramirez, ladies and
Double
gentlemen.
duties, got the video going.
Yeah.
People here in the background. You know what it is. Everybody's excited because the Bulls won, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, it was fantastic. What do you think about Coby White, man?
I mean, it's cool, right? Because Kobe's having that, like, most improved player type of season. But, you know, he struggled for a bit. You know, it's difficult to do over the course of a whole 82 games. Finally, in the last week or so, came on. But putting up 40 in the playoff, well, you can call it the play-in if you want, but I'll call it the playoffs because I was still at the edge of my seat. I know you were too.
Oh, it was fantastic. Coby White, 42 points, 9 assists. Also had 6 rebounds on the night, 15 of 21 from the field, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, and just for the hell of it, 3 of 7 from 3. I actually looked at that and I was a little surprised because it felt like he made more threes, but he hit a lot of the threes that he hit felt like they were of consequence. But really, the most consequential part about this game was what we saw at the race to the end of the third quarter. There was an 18-2 run. The Bulls, I think, at the beginning of that third quarter had a 2 or 4 point lead. They ended up leading 110-92 at the end of 3 quarters. That's what you want watching your team, just getting progressively better throughout the game. I love that.
Yeah, and then, of course, obviously, they were up by big in the first quarter, up by 18. Atlanta was able to come back. You knew they would. You knew they'd make a run. DeJounte Murray certainly had himself a game. Trae Young, despite having flights already booked to Cancun, he still wanted to put in his best effort. But I think it says a lot about Coby White when you can match a guy like DeJounte Murray, right? This is a guy who was highly coveted around the league. The Hawks gave up a lot of assets in order to acquire him. So when Coby can come out, duplicate that performance, it takes a lot of pressure off of guys like Vooch, DeMar, so they can do their thing and lead the Bulls to the victory that they did today.
There was some meaningful moments in this game too, just in terms of energy. One of the things I jotted down was that DeMar dunk in the second quarter, according to Ray Diaz, who's producing the show.
What did Chuck say? Give us the loud. Give us the loud.
Yeah, come on in here, Ray.
So we were talking about the DeMar dunk, and what was it in the second quarter? Of course, I was listening to the score call with Chuck Swirsky and Bill Wennington, and Chuck Swirsky's call of the DeMar dunk was the greatest.
In the paint, Capella gives it up left corner. DeAndre Hunter, scoreless. Puts it on the deck with a post-up. Wants it, feels it, driving. Shot rejected by Haugh. DeRozan at midcourt. 2-on-2. DeRozan to the rim and throws it down with a vicious and violent right-handed slam dunk. Oh, my goodness.
It got me so prepared to walk into the second half with you guys. It was the hypest thing ever. It's a great job when a radio play-by-play guy can paint the picture for you without you actually seeing it, and that's what he did for me. So that was excellent. Shout out.
Chuck is awesome.
It was fun watching it with the score crew. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hanging out.
We had a blast here, We had a good time.
Especially as good because of a winner. I think, look, we talked about it on the show earlier today on the score, earlier today on the score. I think, we all thought the Bulls were going to win. You certainly predicted it.
I did. I made that prediction.
I thought it was going to be a little bit closer. Yeah. The Bulls were able to pull away. But what do you think about the Bulls, creating separation multiple times during the game where, they had the big lead, Atlanta fought back, and, those are certainly times where you would think the Bulls kind of falter in those situations.
Absolutely.
And they continued to create the space, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, and it was kind of shocking, too. You and I were watching this game in the first half, and it felt comfortable. And then you kind of wander away. Sometimes you look down at the menu, and then it was a big conundrum, biggest conundrum we had.
I was hungry, and I had to wait till the timeout.
Right, well, we just got here, and when you're watching a big game, even though the first 3 minutes really is of no consequence in an NBA game for the most part, you're hanging on every single thing that goes on. Oh my God!
Especially because Ayo's in the game.
Yes,
he hadn't practiced. He was taking on Trae Young. You weren't sure what you were going to get there. The Bulls putting up a ton of points in the first quarter, 40 points. I mean, it's something that you wouldn't anticipate from the Bulls. and they came out and handled business. I liked it. I was really glad. All right, what do you think about? You were trying to talk the future with Cody Westland.
Yeah. Hey, now we don't have to.
Now you don't have to worry about Joel Embiid. You're gonna get maybe a Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat team.
Yeah. What was the word?
MCL.
I think, yeah, MCL.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see exactly what goes down. But yes, this would be a rematch of last year when the Bulls lost that playing game and Miami went straight through to the. Were they in the finals or Eastern?
They made it to
They were the finals, right?
Finals.
They were in the finals
against Denver.
Man. Denver, of course, it was Denver,
right.
Of course.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
the Joker got up and just left after, but tried to get out.
So you're telling me the Bulls have a chance to get to the finals?
Absolutely, man. If we have this triumvirate happening all the time and breaking the Bulls down like we are right now, I think that's probably a very plausible possibility. I want a couple more things here because this was a fun win. It was a blast to watch. Perfect the way it worked, like in terms of, if you want to talk about objective entertainment, the flow of the game was close, and then the Bulls pulled away at the end. So it was really a perfect win for the Bulls. One guy, and I'm not joking around when I bring his name up, Dalen Terry. There are differing opinions on Dalen Terry, but one thing I didn't know, as well as I know you, especially when talking about sports, I did not know that you were such a supporter of Dalen Terry.
I like guys that play hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I initially like a guy like Jimmy Butler. That's why you like Ayo Dosunmu. Right? Guys that understand their roles, don't think they're larger than life, and they understand, you know, hey, how can I contribute to this Bulls team? And I think Dalen Terry, with injuries to Julian Phillips, I think with the lack of productivity he got more minutes today than, you know, Torrey Craig, who's dealing with injuries, got more minutes than, you know, Javon Carter. I mean, they trust him.
Yeah.
And on the night, you know, we're looking at the plus minus.
Yeah. Okay.
DeMar DeRozan, that in the 20s, Dalen Terry right behind him in the 20s as well. So he's a guy who's a difference maker. You saw him make some good passes. You saw him have some good defensive stops. He's just an energy guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully the game can slow down for him a little bit, Gross, and he can contribute, you know, in a more consistent basis. I'll tell you this though, that man needs to work on his 3-point shot. That's for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's brutal.
He could definitely use a little bit of polish out there as well. Okay, I'm like smiling as I'm thinking about Andre Drummond right now, just because. Okay, I look at his numbers in this game, and he only had 4 points and 4 rebounds, but there was a presence out there. Yeah. Three blocks.
The huge blocks.
Huge blocks, and then just get nasty.
Yeah.
What was it in the third quarter?
Double technical.
He was the double T.
Got the double technical. Yeah. He had the block on.
It was like the perfect effect, the Drummond effect. It was just a nice little, and he'd been hurt. There was question as to whether or not he would play tonight.
There are not many people that have a personality that's larger than life on the Bulls team, right? That can, you know, kind of like that Joe Kim Noah style where you reach out to the crowd, you get them excited. I feel like Andre Drummond did that, where, you know, you don't expect Vooch to do it. You don't expect DeMar to do it.
Right.
Kobe maybe. Ayo's a little timid when it comes to that kind of stuff. So to see Andre come out there and you know, be that physical presence that the Bulls have been lacking. All right. Yeah, and I think that's something that he brings to the squad. So it's cool to see for
sure. That's going to probably about wrap it up. DeMar DeRozan, 22 points. He got quiet for a while, but he ended up with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Nasty.
So, and that's a perfect, like, I said he kind of went quiet for a while, but guess what? DeRozan doesn't need to like run up massive numbers if everything is cool. But this is the way he'd like it, ideally.
The Bulls were fun today. I hear what we were saying. Grote and I were talking about this earlier, reminiscing on like how we used to watch Bulls game back in the day when they used to have playoffs. I mean, look, the last time you saw any game of importance was last year with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah. This we know for sure. So why not go get your people Friday for the game? Yeah. Go listen to it on 670 Score.
So a couple injury updates real quick. So Shams Charania reports that Jimmy Butler is feared to have an MCL injury in his knee, according to The Athletic. Injury could sideline Butler for an indefinite period. So that's for Friday. Also, another thing is, according to Woj, Alex Caruso has a significant right foot strain. His availability versus Miami on Friday leaves him in doubt. So those are our injury updates post-game at this moment.
Thanks, Ray Diaz. Well, I guess the Bulls kind of win that one, I guess, by an eyelash if both of those players are out.
Yeah, you need Alex Caruso, but
we'll
see Friday.
Yeah. Caruso would be D'ing up Jimmy, though, right? That's the match.
Yeah. No, he would, but I mean, God, I'd take that, like Jimmy being out, because he's always a pain in the ass. But man, the Caruso thing, I knew it, man. Every time you see him go down, it's always got to be more serious than it appears to be. Well, that is going to do it for us here on the Daily Score. I would like to really thank Gabe Ramirez.
I'm gonna take over the camera. What up, baby? We out here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There
Check
he
us out
is.
at 6A Score.
That's the show right there. Yes. That's Gabe Ramirez. And then we got our guy, Ray Diaz. Your business. And then all of our great friends out here at the Avenue Ale House.
Right.
So thank you. Thanks to everybody for watching and listening. I appreciate you. This is the Daily Score.